Good morning. Today I'm going to teach you what you really mean by functions. You must think that this is a weird topic. First of all, you've heard this name everywhere, function. You must have heard in MS Excel what are functions, so the typical formula of function, and function are inbuilt formulae. So, in mathematics, in a mathematical context, function is nothing but an input to get an output. You eat food, spit it out, right? You vomit. Like, this is not the real context, but let me teach you the real meaning, about function by really telling you what it means in a logical manner. So, it actually means input into a special kind of a machine which no one has built yet to get an output. Now, the basic function of function is to know the formula or the thing a machine does to get its output. It's typically kind of not in generatic manner, but just talking about mathematical. So, suppose you go to industries. They get raw materials. They get raw materials into the industry or the factory, you say, and then it gets processed into clothes or food or whatever you think it as. So typically, what we're doing is you're processing the raw materials. So you must have heard it in CPU context that something goes in to get an output. So basically, we have a specific term, an x and y, which has been put up into a graph formula by Descartes. You must have heard about René Descartes. Yeah. So something we're going to put in, we don't know, it's x. And something we're going to get out, you must have told it's y, but it's the same as f of x. The function which is done to x to get the formula y. But we use basically this because this is the most common term. So, as you've always heard, you relate something to an answer to get an output. So we're relating. We think that the machine is doing this kind of thing inside. It's taking the x, squaring it, and adding 1 to it. So what this actually is the formula the machine is carrying out to process the input material to get the output. So f of x typically means the way a thing is done. So today now we're going to do is f of x is equal to x squared plus 1. So sorry, we're going to do most probably is f of 4. Now we know f of 4 means, now we're going to do f of 4 typically means 4 squared plus 1 according to a related number. Please keep it in mind, this is a related number by which we are going to correspond the upcoming numbers as this. We're going to relate it to the formula given in the first time because this is the formula the machine is carrying out to get the output. So we're going to use the same formula for other numbers. Like this x is something which is a known value. It's called a variable. Variable means it changes, which can accept as many values as it can. So now we're substituting a 4 for x. So now all the x's in the formula, which is carried out by the machine, will be put up by 4. So 4 squared plus 1 will give you 16 plus 1, that's 17. So typically this is the answer toward this. But don't worry, it's not going to be that easy in your exams and your upcoming examples, which is going to be really tough and need really good practice. So now we're going to do some examples to make you more thorough with what functions are and what relatively function does. Yeah. So we're going to start off with a very easy thing. We're going to start with paper. Yeah. So we're going to do a sample question. F of x is equal to x plus 2. We're going to do another function. So don't think it's going to be g of junction of x. No, it's just going to be a letter. You can use anything, a of x2, which is substituting the values. Yeah. Now this is the function carried out by the machine under which you input something to get the output. Now we're going to write the real formula. g of f of 3 is equal to what? This is an unknown value. Now, before solving any question, the only thing we should remember first is we need to solve the brackets. We've heard about this context in our lower classes too. Every time we should simplify the brackets to get the output. And this is the main cause for doing the functions. Sorry. So, f of 3. Now, we're going to substitute 3 for x. F of 3 is equal to 3 plus 2, which is 5. So typically, f of 3 here means g of 5. G of 5 is equal to 5 squared minus 1. 25 minus 1 will give you 24. Here's the answer. You must have thought it's a bit tough when you saw these contexts, but just remember, the thing which is given is just a relative number. We can even graph these values. Unlikely it's not g and it's only f of x. We can graph these values by the method told by Descartes. As I told you, he was the man who created the link, the bridge between graphs, geometry, and algebra. So we're going to learn about it in the later videos. Now the thing we're going to look at is only solving some complex sums so as to get a gist of what we're going to learn. Now, I'm going to show you a more difficult sum, and we should do it properly too. You can pause my video and try to do this on your own, and then again resume it and see if the answer is right. So let's carry out the next sum. So we're going to carry out a next tough one, an analytical problem. The analytical term will seem a bit weird to many of you, but still, it's not weird, it's easy. Analytic means just giving the, if you did this, this will happen, if you did that, that will happen. A condition, typically a condition. Now, the condition we are giving is if 1 will be the answer if x is even, and 0 will be the answer if x is odd. So I think you get the problem, you get this thing. It's kind of a condition type. The blackmail thing, if you give me money, I will return your child, like that. Kind of, theoretical manner. So now we're going to write our function. X plus, actually all of these are functions, just the name is different so that you can, differentiate between the one thing and the other thing, alright? X plus 3g of x, right? Now, this thing is, now I'm going to give you a real problem. F of x is equal to x plus 3g of x. Now I'm going to give you the real tough sum. I'm going to give you, what is f of 4? You must be thinking it's a bit tough, but no, it's not that tough. I'm going to give you one more sum after this video, but will really give you, good gist of what we're thinking about. Now 4, just, you just have to put it. 4 plus 3g of 4. Typically, this is what you're going to get. Now, 4 plus g of 4, to calculate 4 is even, so you're going to put 1. So 3 into 1. 4 plus 3 into 1 is 3 equals 7. So, difficult question, easy answer. That's what the real thing of mathematics. Questions would be like giving you bizarre nightmares, but the answer will be real tough, real easy, sorry. Now I'm going to give you another sum. This is a bit tough, as you might look at it at the starting, but not actually it is. Yeah. I know I'm wasting too many papers, but probably I don't have the whiteboard now to show you on the whiteboard and clean it up. So the next sum is a bit tough. The thing of maths is you can solve it in many manners. A manner which is really, 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 giving you nightmares, as I don't usually say. What am I doing is just differentiating them in different functions so that you don't get confused out of it. Now I'll give you a real tough sum. Complicated in a sense, not tough, complicated. Now, this is the question. You might get confused. This is the question. We don't know the answer. Now, as I told you before, solve the brackets. I'm sorry, I just chilled it a bit. Solve the brackets. G of 3. Now, we're going to substitute 3 for x. G of 3 is equal to 2 into 3 plus f 3 minus 3, right? So we know this. F of 0, and it's gonna be 3 to the 6 plus f of 0. What is gonna be f of 0? It's being too congested, but it's okay. You can get the real answer afterwards. F of 0 is when it's gonna substitute everything for 0. 0 square is nothing, so it's gonna be 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. So it's gonna be 6 plus 1 is gonna be 7. So h of 7 is equal to, because h of 3 is 7, so h of 7 is equal to 7 into 5, because x 7 into 5 will give us 35. So we get the answer of a really complicated sum very easily, very brightly, and that's what is real mathematics. So you must have understood what function really is. It's you give an input to something, a machine, a magical machine, which you call a mathematical evolution machine, which gives you an output of a real good thing. Like, I can give you a last example, which will really give you a real mindset of it, is you read books, and then something happens in your mind. This is your mind, actually, the brain, and then you become smart. This is real my idiotic sense. And now, when you become smart, you get good marks. So, best of luck. So, I wish you really liked my video.